Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by Your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's. Imagine a world where your favourite things cost less. It's pretty amazing, right? It's like the universe is aligned just for you. Well, that's the magic of Your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's, and it's pretty simple. You can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts every Friday on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while Nectar Prices are for everyone, Your Nectar Prices are just for you. It couldn't be simpler. Each week you'll get up to 10 personalised offers. They're your Nectar Prices. So every Friday, just check your Nectar app and unlock your Nectar Prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discounts on things you love with Your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 Your Nectar Prices weekly, available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T&Cs apply. On today's Smart 7, Zelenskyy faces Trump in the Oval Office, Hamas accept new Gaza ceasefire proposal and much more. It's Tuesday 19th of August, it's National Potato Day, and happy birthday John Stamos.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The world held its breath on Monday as Ukrainian President Zelenskyy was summoned to the White House for a meeting with US President Trump. The summons followed Trump's Alaska summit with Russian President Putin, and in advance of the meeting, Trump was busy firing out Truth Social posts warning that there'd be no NATO membership for Ukraine and no prospect of Crimea being returned. Zelenskyy turned up in a black suit and started by complimenting Melania Trump on the letter she had sent to Putin on behalf of Ukrainian children. That seemed to calm Donald, and the meeting went pretty smoothly.
The war is going to end. When it ends, I can't tell you, but the war is going to end, and Vladimir Putin wants it to end. I think the whole world is tired of it, and we're going to get it ended.
Trump didn't just speak about Ukraine, of course. He also ranted about elections, mail-in voting, Democrats, Joe Biden, and the National Guard making Washington, D.C. safer. President Zelenskyy stayed on message, however, and he wasn't derailed, even when pro-Trump pundit Brian Glenn complimented him on his suit. His focus remains on getting a trilateral meeting with the US and Russia.
I think we showed that we are strong people, and we supported the idea of the United States, of personally of President Trump, to stop this war, to make a diplomatic way of finishing this war.
After Trump and Zelenskyy met in the Oval Office, they were joined by a squad of 7 European leaders, including Keir Starmer, French President Macron, Ursula von der Leyen, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte, and more. The tone stayed calm as the European leaders spoke positively about Trump's efforts to end the war, and Keir Starmer tried to gently encourage the US president to give more detail on the proposed American security guarantees for Ukraine.
And your indication of security guarantees, of some sort of Article 5 style guarantees, fits with what we've been doing with the Coalition of the Willing, which we started some months ago, bringing countries together and showing that we were prepared to step up.
After meeting the European leaders, Trump had a 40-minute call with Russian President Putin, and it appears the next step could be a meeting between Putin and Zelenskyy, followed by the much-discussed trilateral meeting. There was also discussion of a potential $90 billion arms package supported by Europe. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte was keen to thank his host.
I really want to thank you, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock with President Putin by starting that dialogue. From there, we are now where we are today. And that is, I think, if we play this well, we could end this.
There was some sign of progress in the efforts to secure a ceasefire in Gaza on Monday, as Hamas officials announced they'd accepted a new proposal after negotiations in Cairo. The deal could see half of the remaining 20 living Israeli hostages released. Gaza health officials updated the death toll in the war, saying that 62,000 Palestinians have died in the 22 months so far. There was good news for some of those injured, as the UK prepares to airlift a group of critically ill and injured children from Gaza as part of a joint government operation between the Foreign Office, Home Office and Department of Health. Omar Din is the co-founder of Project Pure Hope, and he's been advising the government on the plan.
The World Health Organization creates a database in Gaza of all patients. We utilize that list through our NGO partners to determine patients who would be fit to travel to the UK, but also that we have the specialist centres and people available to deliver life-changing and life-saving treatment for.
The Cambridge Dictionary has been bravely attempting to document the latest slang and buzzwords from Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. They've added 6,000 words in the last year, including the phrase delulu, meaning delusional, and the relatively straightforward tradwife, which reflects a controversial hyper-traditional approach to gender roles. Slightly more difficult to explain is skibbity toilet, which the dictionary says has different meanings, such as cool or bad, and can also be used with no real meaning. Not entirely helpful, but Terry Victor, the editor of the rival New Partridge Dictionary of Slang and Unconventional English, says it's okay to celebrate the evolution of the language.
It's part of the history, it's part of the world, and it shows the creative and democratic use of English. And that is such a great thing, and we've been doing it all our lives because dictionaries by definition are always out of date.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Leeds make a Premier League splash and Sophie Turner prepares for her new movie. Right after this.
Did you know adults 60 plus lose more than $60 billion each year to financial exploitation? Greenlight's new Family Shield plan empowers you to monitor your accounts for suspicious activity, protect yourself with up to $1 million identity theft coverage, and reassure loved ones that you're safe with location sharing and place alerts. Get peace of mind today at greenlight.com/protect. That's greenlight.com/protect.
Welcome back.
Monday Night Football is back, and the first game of the season saw newly promoted Leeds take on Everton. Leeds started at full pelt, determined to make a good impression in their first Premier League appearance of the season, and Everton struggled to contain them in the first half. Man City loanee Jack Grealish appeared in Everton blue for the first time in the second half, but Leeds hung on for a 1-0 penalty win. Manager Daniel Farke was happy, mainly for the long-suffering Leeds fans.
It's great to give the supporters who are so emotional and care so much about their amazing club something back today, and in such a moment you feel quite humble and also grateful that you can help a little bit also to give them this gift of experience.
You'd think after Game of Thrones, Sophie Turner might have had enough of playing a character terrorised by psychotic men, but apparently not. She's signed up for the new horror movie Trust, but at least it's not set in medieval times. Turner plays a Hollywood starlet who heads for a remote cabin after a scandal, but she's not alone in the woods. She popped up with Seth Meyers and explained that she really should have read the script notes before she started her prep for the role.
I was doing a lot of freediving prep with professionals in a pool. I spent a lot of hours in this pool, holding my breath as long as I could, diving 10 feet deep, and then we got on set and it filled up and they were like, yeah, it doesn't go further than your waist. I was like, what have I done this for?
Scarlett Johansson officially holds the record for the leading actress whose films have grossed the highest box office numbers. She's been in movies that brought in over $15 billion. So you'd have to say she's pretty much nailed the acting part. Her latest adventure, though, is directing, and the early reviews for her first movie, Eleanor the Great, haven't been great. It's a complicated story starring 95-year-old actress June Squibb, who pretends to be a Holocaust survivor and has to face the consequences when her borrowed story goes viral. It hits cinemas in September.
I'm 94 years old, and I'm moving to Manhattan for the first time today.
I live in Staten.
My condolences.
I signed you up for a class at JCC.
I was wondering if I could feature you in my article.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.